Hello everyone, today is 13th of February. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is short summary of the news that I will report about in my second daily news update on Patreon page of mine. Quite a number of interesting developments, and the first headline is from RIA Novosti news agency, and according to this news, the Ukrainian commander-in-chief, Alexander Syrsky, has prohibited the discussion of data on losses of Ukrainian armed forces after Russian missile strike in Soledovo training center. This is basically one of the major news for this moment. Approximately 11 o'clock this morning, 11:30, missile strike was conducted on this training center where from 1,500 to 3,000 Ukrainian military personnel was based at the time. Iskander missiles were used during this strike, and there are different reports on casualties among Ukrainian military, but it's definitely in hundreds, if not in thousands. That's why Syrsky is prohibiting everybody to share any information on this topic. And this was stated by Margarita Simonian, editor-in-chief of the Россия Сегодня or Russia Today media group and RT TV channel. This is one headline. Next is also from RIA Novosti news agency. US Senate supported the project on assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. 70 senators voted for this draft bill on financial aid, financial and military basically aid for Kiev regime and Taiwan and Israel also. But this bill has to go through House of Representatives, and according to some experts, sides are not yet close to achieve any agreement, so most likely Congress will not approve this draft. Next headline is also from RIA Novosti. The Russian military Russian air defense systems shut down 4 Ukrainian drones over the 2 Russian regions, Belgorod and Bryansk regions. No reports about casualties on the ground. And dear friends, all the detailed information about these topics that I will share with you in this episode of Headlines, of course, will be in second update on my Patreon page. If you are interested to subscribe and support my work and this small media project of mine, you can see link of my Patreon page under this video in description box or in the pinned comment. I will start recording second update for Patreon right after I will record this short summary. Next information is also interesting. Security forces of Russia detained an agent of the Ukrainian special services who was planning to conduct sabotage at the fuel and energy complex facility in the Leningrad region. Information was released by FSB, Russia's secret service or security service. Next information is from Russian Defense Ministry that as a result of clashes during the previous 24 hours, Ukrainian armed forces in South Donetsk sector of the front line lost about 250 military personnel. Next headline from TASS news agency that Ukrainian armed forces in Krasny Liman and Kupiansk sectors of the front line during the previous 24 hours lost about 500 military personnel. So on both sectors, clashes are very intense. as it is for the last at least several weeks, maybe even months at this, more than a month at this point. Next headline is that the Prime Minister of Estonia, Kaja Kallas, was put on the wanted list in Russia, according to the search database of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Russian Federation. And by the way, I am in the central part of Dmitrov right now. Let me show you some area here. Right there behind me you can see Kremlin area, you can see church, golden domes of the church. And well, let's continue with the headlines. And if you are interested, Dmitrov is about little more than 50 kilometers away from Moscow. It's 1.5 hours on a train, so it's by Russian standards it's not really far away. Next information is and by the way, when it comes to Prime Minister of Estonia, well, one of the members of our community did commented on this news that what goes around comes around, and it is true. Estonian Prime Minister was acting extremely Russophobic and aggressive towards Russia, and I guess this is one of the steps in response from Russian side. Of course, details in the second update. Next headline is that Trump, by the way, once again spoke about NATO, and he demanded all NATO member states to share the bargain and pay in a similar way to support Kiev regime as US does. Otherwise, there might be some actions taken. I guess when Trump will be in office, if he will be in office. Also, next summary is that, well, there was some incidents. There were some incidents in between Azerbaijani and Armenian forces on the border between the two countries. Yesterday, Azerbaijani media reported that as a result of fire from Armenian side, one Azerbaijani border guard was wounded, and in retaliation, on February 13th, today, the State Border Service units of Azerbaijan carried out a retaliatory operation in response to yesterday's provocations of the Armenian armed forces and combat post of Armenian unit near the settlement of Nerkin, and was targeted, according to information from Armenian media. 2 Armenian soldiers were killed during this operation, so relationships between the sides are really tense. Next headline is that United States wants to exclude Russia from international efforts to resolve the Middle East crisis. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said at the Middle East conference of Valdai International Discussion Club. Next headline about some economical stuff, that US economical and geopolitical, I will say, that US is in discussion with their other G7 nations on potential ways to seize frozen Russian sovereign funds. So this topic is not going away, which is not really surprising. I said many times before that eventually Western ruling elites will most likely seize Russian assets and steal it. And by the way, Maria Zakharova responded on these developments in the Western states, and she said that West would be seen as a thieves. Western ruling elites, I guess she meant, will be seen as a thieves if Russian assets are seized. Well, quite understandable statement, and I guess it's not just Russia will see this step of Western ruling elites as a stealing. Rest of the world will see it exactly the same way. Also, interesting news, somewhat interesting news, that a headline that Kamala Harris is ready to lead America, United States. She made this type of statement that she is ready in case if Biden will be removed from his duties for whatever reason. And by the way, finally, trading on the Russian stock market has been suspended today at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. And there are no explanations why it happened for this moment and when trade will be resumed on Moscow Stock Exchange. Maybe some papers of one of the companies failed too much, or maybe some technical issues. No media outlet provided any additional information on this topic. And well, this is it for this short summary. Once again, let me show you view from here. And as I said, all the details on these topics in my second update on the Patreon channel. I will start recording update for Patreon right now, basically. This is it for now. And dear friends, today Rumble had some technical issues. I barely managed to upload the first news update on Rumble, but eventually it worked out. And well, if there will be no technical issues on Rumble, of course, today about 9 o'clock Moscow time, I will have a live stream with which will feature Telegram reports program. And well, I hope to see you there on the live stream. Once again, 9 o'clock this evening Moscow time. This is it for now. Have a great day and take care. Bye for now.